Okay guys, the buy and burn mechanism is on fire right now. Richard Hart just announced that all the PulseX held by the buy and burn wallet has been burnt. That means we now have a total of 115 billion PulseX that has been burnt so far. So this thing has been burning PulseX at insane levels. Now that's not only the case, right? We also have a V2 out. PulseX V2 is now out, and we're starting to see some liquidity be migrated from V1 onto V2. And I think that this process will happen over the next few weeks because people are not just going to flip overnight. They're going to be moving their liquidity slowly, and V2 will become the version of PulseX that is used by most people. The reason is simple, right? If you are on V1, you don't get liquidity fees if you provide liquidity. So that means you're making less amount of money. If you're on V2, you get to make a lot more money. Now, there is a lot of good things about what's happening with Pulse Chain, right? And the most exciting for me is in terms of this yield concept. There are now different avenues of earning yield right now that we know of, right? We know there's obviously Hex. You can stake your Hex, right? And I'm referring to well, you can stake it both on Pulse Chain and on Ethereum, but I'm just talking about the yield available on Pulse Chain. So you've got your P Hex, you've got your PulseX, and then you've got Pulse Chain Validator, and then now you've got other applications that are coming in the pipeline with many teams that will also provide people an opportunity to earn yield. So this is some incredible stuff that's happening right now. Now, the excitement is not as high as it has been for the past few days, but I think now is the time to be actually super excited, right? Because we've got low prices, which means great entry for anyone who wants to get in, and no one should be thinking about selling or taking profits right now, right? Not for Pulse, not for PulseX, not for PulseShib. No one should be thinking about taking profits right now. The thing to be thinking about right now is to building a stronger position, and the only way you build a stronger position is dollar cost average. Now, I know that some people are saying that, oh, look, we're out of dry powder. We're out of dry powder. But I think that anyone who is deploying right now, 2 years from now, will be very happy when we hit the top of the next market. And I think at this point, we should be calculating less than 2 years to be exact. But no one knows the exact times exactly when we will see a huge pump. But all in all, this is exciting news. That means that everything will now be moving smoothly, I hope, for Pulse Chain. And this was not really a big deal. But one strange thing that did happen is that a lot of people wanted to make it seem like an incredible deal, because a lot of news articles that did not announce Pulse Chain launch, that did not announce when Pulse Chain was flipping Matic, Phantom, when Pulse Chain was flipping all those, they didn't say anything, right? They did not say anything at all. But all of a sudden, when you hear the story that, well, there's a potential flaw in the code, liquidity providers are not getting paid, then now you start to see everyone coming out of the woodwork and talking about how Pulse Chain and how things are not working out the way they're supposed to. And it just goes to show you a bias, right? Because the question is, where were you when we were breaking all those records? Where were you when we became, right now we're sitting on as the 4th largest blockchain with 3 weeks of operation? Why are you not reporting on that? All of a sudden you see this, that's what everyone wants to report on, and they want to over-exaggerate it. Now, the only people who should complain in this case are liquidity providers, right? Those are the only people who could have earned fees that didn't. Anyone else should be celebrating, because the fact that liquidity providers did not get fees means that you got to burn a lot more PulseX. We're talking about 100 billion PulseX has been burnt, 115 to be exact. If we're talking about right now, 115 billion has been burnt, right? So the only people who should complain are liquidity providers, and they are the minority. That's just the truth, right? Liquidity, there's a small number. Now, that doesn't mean it's okay for them not to get fees, but it's just reality that most people actually benefited from this. All in all, exciting times. Right now is the time to build, right? So it's time to build your position, build whatever you want to build. Pulse Chain is a new, vibrant ecosystem. It needs a lot of applications. So now is the time to be building and preparing for the next run that is definitely coming, possibly in 2 years' time. Look, I think if I could speak in definitive terms, I think 18 months prices will look a lot better than they look right now, because I think all the signals are signaling to things getting better and the crypto space really pumping off to the moon. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think about all of this. Are you excited about V2, right? Look, it is definitely another form of earning, another way of earning some sort of yield if you want as a liquidity provider. Definitely. So it means more open doors. So if you're earning incentive token, if you're providing liquidity for different payers, now is the time for you to actually make money from it. Anyway, guys, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you again next time. Not financial advice. Yeah.